Hey guys, Brandon Burns back here from Torch Productions. We are behind the scenes today with Andrew Ward from LIQUIDISE. How are you?
I'm fantastic, mate. Good to see you.
Mate, everything comes to life when you sit on a like a cowskin couch, don't you reckon?
Do you bring this with you everywhere, or is this part of your, torched decor?
No, well, we're at Revolver Lane in Chapel Street, Paran. Some people watching may know of that amazing establishment. Andrew's a bit of a Sydney sider, so he's not as familiar.
No, this is a great place to film. The ambience is fantastic, and being a fellow muso, just knowing there's some of Melbourne's best bands have played downstairs is a great gig to shoot something in. Yeah.
People don't know that about you as much, do they? But you're a muso songwriter.
Yeah, that's sort of part of my creative side. I go from one brain to the other when it goes to finance to songwriting and creativity. But yeah, that goes way back, and I still write songs and attempt to get them into shows on TV and etc. Yeah.
That is amazing. Well, today we were shooting your explainer video for your new startup, and you've obviously had the exit with Self-Wealth, and you're doing it all again. I mean, what drew you to doing this all again, mate?
God knows. Sitting down with my wife, it was a very difficult conversation, but I think she'd be more upset and unhappier if I didn't do it, because this is it's part of my DNA. It's what drives me, is starting something from scratch, creating something out of nothing that other people struggle to do, and share it with the rest of the world. So I'll be creating new businesses, solving problems in business until I fall off the perch.
Yeah, I love it. Well, it's 2023, interest rates are on the rise. It's never been more expensive. Everyone's saying to live, and the business landscape is changing every day. And here you are having a crack with a new fintech. And from the sounds of it, in our short couple of meetings and filming, there's some real momentum up for you guys. So obviously that must come down to what it is you're doing, which I want you to share with everyone, and how exciting it can be for everyone in the business community.
Yeah, yet again, as any good startup gets developed, it should really be born from solving some type of a problem, and not something that you read about that you think intellectually is something to solve, but something that really has affected you personally. And you talk about self-wealth, and that journey that I went on had so many highs and so many lows. But some of the lows were all to do with, will this thing succeed? I know that I've got plan E when plan D fails, and you've always got this El Dorado that at the end of the day, everything will be fine and I'll look after my family. But you don't know every single day, and you wake up at 2 a.m. And you sweat bullets just trying to make sure that everything will be okay, but you can't. So LIQUIDISE, my new business, is all about trying to help and straighten out and even out a lot of those emotions for the founders, early shareholders, and probably more importantly, employees, knowing that along the way they can get rewarded and not hold out for some magical day in the future, which may or may not come, where they can get rewarded for their blood, sweat and tears. So LIQUIDISE for me is a personal problem I'm solving, but through all the peers that I've had a chat to over my journey, at industry events and etc. over the last few years, it's something that I think really needs to be addressed and solved.
Yeah.
I think globally, a lot of people have tried, but they haven't got it quite right yet. So I've learnt from a lot of other people's mistakes, and I'm trying to put together the right model to satisfy all actors in the play.
Yeah, I love it. I think from both the perspective of the person owning the business, you're empowering them, which I think is great, especially here in Australia, because we need to encourage more people to start businesses. But the fact is, it's not an easy road for so many people to do. So you coming along with an option that can really empower someone who's had a business for a while and maybe lost that mojo or that energy a bit, but can really reinvigorate themselves is cool. And then the second part with employees, I mean, I've worked for a couple of American companies early in my career, and we all went on the share plans, and it always felt like a thing a little too far, or something that was kind of cool but would never really amount to anything. And the fact that an Aussie's actually going to try and make that tangible for employees as well, that's a whole other thing you're doing now for engagement with talent.
I think that could be bigger than Ben-Hur for us. It's one of the problems we're trying to solve in this ecosystem of creating liquidity for private companies. But I think that may take on a life of its own, just concentrating on employee share plans, putting together ones that make sense. And really the greatest part about that is that small growing companies can attract the best talent to themselves if they can advertise and promote that our share plans actually mean something, they're tangible, you'll be able to get something out of it, guaranteed, as opposed to maybe down the track. as long as they vest and they perform well, of course, but they won't have to leave or struggle along the way. They can get rewarded for their efforts.
Yeah. Well, I speak on behalf of Ben and me. I think it's just amazing how, you know, we're a production company here and we're making an explainer video for you, but along the way we've learned so much about you and your business. And there's a real passion there, I think, amongst the three of us now, just from hearing what you're going to do and help people in business. So it's been a thrill to get immersed in that, man. I'm so excited for what's next.
Oh, great. Well, thank you yet again for having me along. I recommend you guys highly. I'll be back again.
Love it.
Cheers.
Awesome.
Thanks, mate.